Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan just lost to Illinois 21-7, and I'm uploading late because I was driving back from Memphis. I left Florida during the hurricane. I've been in Memphis. That's why I'm uploading so late. I was driving 12 hours yesterday. But Michigan, boy, watching that game and listening to it and watching it, it's just sad. Coaching, the offensive coaching staff had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks. You got your guy, Tuttle. You got your guy now, the guy that we all believe that you wanted. And you had 2 weeks to get him ready to try to make a run. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And honestly, he looked worse. He looked worse. Illinois out Michigan. Yep, that's what's happening now. Illinois ran for what? 180 something, and their quarterback only threw for 80 yards. A TD and no interceptions. They out Michigan us. But meanwhile, on offense, Michigan is looking out of sorts. Jack Tuttle missing open receivers, missing guys open, and he's not just missing them, he's missing them bad. You know what I'm saying? He's missing them bad misses. He got saved on one interception. There was a hold. There was a holding on a receiver. I think it was a Marion Walker. But he's just not good. The offensive staff, I know people will say, can you blame it's the players. Well, we talking about quarterbacks right now. It's the players. Okay. Who's the quarterback coach? Oh, it's Kirk Campbell. He's the offensive coordinator. So the quarterback's looking lost, whether it's Warren who gets terrified when he sees a pass rush, whether it's Tuttle who gets he doesn't see receivers. He doesn't see defenders. He just thinks he's out there playing 7-on-7 sometime. He don't even see the guys. He just, if you disguise a defense, he's lost. And he can't protect the ball when he runs. 2 fumbles in 2 games. Not in the pocket, but running. What else? Orgy can't really read the field. Not read the field, but he's not as accurate as the other guys. But at least he won't turn it over. But you didn't even have a good game plan for him when he was in the game. His biggest threat is in the run game, and you still wanted to try to throw it with him. You wanted to throw it just as much as you threw it with Tuttle or Warren. Which, whoever the quarterback is, it still should have been a run-based offense. That should have been the first option, is to run, no matter if it's Tuttle or whoever. That's part of you being a bonehead. This is going to be a Kirk Campbell bonehead segment. And Sharon Moore, you in there too, boy. You go and sit over there with him. You bonehead number 2 for elevating him. That was a problem. You made the choice. Now you got to be on the sideline looking stupid because you on the clock of getting out of here real fast. I hate it for you, but you on the clock to get out of here real fast. So Michigan's offense, Donovan fumbles. Tuttle had the fumble. You know, the offense just doesn't have any cohesiveness to it. When Campbell does call a good play, the quarterback can't execute it. You know what I'm saying? And the offense has so many problems. We're still trying to have Donovan start the game and stuff. Bro, we need every carry early in the game to go to the guy that sets the tempo. Now, what are we in, week 7, and they still trying to force feed Donovan? Oh, you're the starter. You're going to get the first couple carries. Put the man that in the game that can run and set the tone. It's Khalil Mullins. He should be starting. Stop wasting carries to make somebody feel good that fumbles. We too far in the season for this. Oh, you're still the starter. We're gonna start you when the game starts. We need put Mullins in the game. It's obvious he the number 1 back. Stop with all this pussyfooting. Trying to be people friends. You the football coach. Act like it. So, what else? Later in the game, when we got down and it was a little bit more crucial, you know, and this is just coaching. Illinois was getting a good pass rush. I think they had 5 sacks. They were getting a good pass rush. So, if your offensive line is struggling, give them help. They didn't leave 2 backs in. They didn't leave extra blockers in for them. Nope. They just had the 5 blockers, maybe an extra tight end. They didn't leave in a back or 2 backs or multiple tight ends to try to help them. They need help. Give them help, you idiot. You have to call a play that you know is going to get open. And not only that, when you know when you've seen that both your tackles are getting cooked, both of them, you either give them help or you go with shorter, quicker routes to get the ball out the quarterback's hand faster. Slants, drags, things like that. You still have to have the plays to stretch the field. You still have to have those in the play design, but you have shorter routes that are the first read if the pass rush is coming. If it doesn't come fast, they pick it up, then you can look to those deep balls. You go short first when you don't know when you don't know that your pass blocking is gonna hold up. You know what I'm saying? But the route tree has been garbage and for years, but you have to understand what's actually happening in the game. If you can't take a 3-step drop, and they're already in the backfield, you either need to give the offensive line help or you need to call shorter routes to try to get the ball out fast. That's like me speaking Chinese to somebody that don't speak Chinese. What are you talking about? You don't know. You don't realize. So the big thing about this staff, and I'm not really going to touch on the defense. The defense did enough. 21 with no help from the offense. You got it, Wink. You did good enough. You still blitzed a little bit too much, but 21, that was a good job. That was good because you got nothing from the offense. You did pretty good. I ain't gonna get on you, Wink. But the offensive Kirk Campbell, he needs to go, and it's honestly getting close to Sharon Moore needs to go because you're a first-time head coach, and it looks like you in over your head. And not only does it look like you're in over your head, it looks like the staff you put together aren't good coaches. So you don't know how to hire. So you don't know how to hire good coaches. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing. You don't know, if you don't know how to hire good coaches, then the team will never be as good as it could be, because you're not putting the guys that are with the players on a day-to-day basis, teaching them their position. They're not good at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. That's the big problem. So if you don't know how to hire guys, and if you should have known that Kirk Campbell wasn't going to be good enough to be offensive coordinator. You should have known that. I had questions about it before the year, but when I really think about it, the quarterback development and stuff with Kirk Campbell, even with JJ was good, but if I really think about it, did he really develop that JJ that much? Or was it Harbaugh? Because the only real difference is between JJ from freshman year to JJ last year was he learned to live another down. He stopped trying to run around, trying to make a home run on each play. That's the only real difference from JJ from freshman year to last year, was he was smarter with the football for the most part. That's a Harbaugh thing. That ain't a Kirk Campbell thing. That's a Harbaugh thing. Because these dudes we got right now, they ain't protecting the ball, except Orgy. The rest of them, boy, you might as well hand it to the other team. So, yeah, I think it's getting to cut your losses. I think it's getting to that level of you might just have to let Sharon go to get ahead of this, because next year is going to be bad. Next year you losing all that talent. You losing every bit of talent that you had on defense. Bright spot, you're probably losing. Hausman will probably leave. We know Will, we know Graham, we know Grant are gone. Derek Moore, he'll probably, I'm not sure if his stock will be high enough to leave, but he may transfer. Macari's gone. Not that he played that well this year. Quentin Johnson's gone. He's actually played pretty good, honestly. Barham, I don't know. Shout out to Barham. I saw somebody that looked like they got better during these 2 weeks. The defense seemed like it ironed out some kinks. Will Johnson got hurt, and I'm seeing people say, "Oh, Will Johnson's trying not to play," which I'll never say something's not true, because I don't know, and none of us know. But Will Johnson has always been injury prone. He's always been dinged up and been in and out of the game since he was a freshman. He's always been like that. So saying, "Oh, Will Johnson's left the game," that's nothing new. That's him. He's always been injury prone. Every year. He left the Ohio State game. He left the TCU game. He was in and out most of that year. So that's always been him. That's nothing new. So just stop. That's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, shout out to Barham. He looked better yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, next year it's gonna be, you losing a lot of that. Loveland will be gone. Donovan will be gone. So you're losing a lot of that talent, proven talent. You're losing a lot of it. So I think you need. This is just me thinking honestly about this situation. I think you probably need to cut bait with Sharon this year to get ahead of it. And I know people are going to say recruiting and things like that. Well, you bring in somebody that's that's proven. You have to try to bring in somebody that's proven. You know, I know everybody's talking about the Indiana coach, and he's a beast. He is a beast. You know, Indiana looks good. They did Nebraska bad yesterday. You know, and that's a coach that knows his scheme, knows what he wants out of a team, and he sets a standard for perfection. That's the standard that you want as a football coach. You don't want to make excuses when things don't go right. No, there's a standard, and I'm holding my team to it. That's how you get better. That's how you show progress, and that's how you become a great team. Because I expect perfection. That's Remember the Titans type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if he wants. I heard somebody saying that he doesn't like the big schools and stuff like that. There's a ceiling to where he can get Indiana to, probably. You know, I'd try to throw the bag at him, honestly, because his mindset is what I like to hear. His mindset. He's gonna get it going because that's what he does. You know, but I think they need to, whoever they get or whatever, I think you need to get ahead of it, honestly, you know, because I just don't think Sharon Moore knows how to hire coaches just yet, or if he's ready to be that guy that has to be the dick, has to be that guy that has to fire people and has to, you know, hold guys accountable, from players to coaches to staff members. I'm not sure he's ready to be that guy. So the reason I say this is because you may have to get in front of it, because, okay, let's say you keep him this year. Okay, well, this year is done. This year, then you keep him next year, and next year's probably going to still be bad. Then you fire him after 2 years. You still going to have to bring in another coach and do all the same stuff. I'd rather get ahead of it now. That's my thing. I'd rather get ahead of it now. But that team, that game yesterday, I think that's the first time since 2014 I saw a stat that Michigan has not scored more than 10 points. You put 7 points on the board. And Purdue put up almost 50 against these dudes last week. That's sad. And, you know, talking about why didn't they get a quarterback? And, you know, at the beginning of the season, I'll say, well, what quarterback were they going to get? It's a lot of quarterbacks you could have got. It's a lot of quarterbacks you could have got that's better than what we got. Let's be real now. It's time to be real. It's a lot of quarterbacks that we could have got this better than the guys that we're playing right now. You know what I'm saying? They say Orgy didn't travel with the team. He's probably getting ready to transfer. Don't blame him, because they didn't use him correctly at all. I don't care what anybody says. He couldn't throw. Well, I don't want him to throw the ball that much. I want him to run it. I want to run the ball. So let me get back to the real thing and what we thought this team could be. Good, maybe great on defense. Before the year, I knew the pass blocking wasn't going to be that good. I knew we didn't have great receivers. So, the reason we all thought that Orgy would be the starter and we would run him left, right, run Donovan left, right, run Mullins up the middle, left, right, up the middle, up the middle. That was the plan, because anyone with common sense could see the roster, what it was, and realize I can run this rock down people's throat. It wasn't hard to see. Oh, we want to be balanced. We want to be balanced. It was obvious in the offseason that wasn't what this team was going to be or what could give this team the highest ceiling. I want a pocket passer. Guess what? Your pocket passer, a turnover machine. Davis Warren, turnover machine. We may have to go back to him. Because Jack Tuttle is lost. It's over for him. You know, all that. He's our quarterback. Well, we don't got one. So you might as well sit him down and put Warren back in and see if you can see what he can give you. Because Tuttle, he's garbage. He'll miss open dudes like crazy. And still turn it over. Orgy is probably done. He probably left the team. So right now you got Warren or you got Denegal. I wouldn't mind seeing Denegal. I've seen Warren. Hey, put Denegal in. I'm not even gonna get on the Jaden Davis stuff, y'all. Just give it up. Just give it up. Ain't no point of putting Jaden Davis behind this offensive line. I need y'all to stop and wake up. Wake up, please. Ain't no point of putting the future behind a turnstile offensive line. That's coaching. That's not coaching malpractice. That's coaching stupidity. Just stop. Offensive line, pass blocking is abysmal. Ain't no point of putting that young kid behind there, especially if they say he's really not ready. Why would you put him behind that offensive line? Just stop. Ain't no point of putting him out there. Kid gonna get killed behind there. He might be gun shy forever. Now you done lost your future because you wanted to play him in a season that's already over. Wake up. No point of putting Jaden Davis out there. Put Jaden Davis out there so he can get hammered. Woohoo! He made a throw. Boom. He got his head knocked in. Play after play. Let's stop. Ain't no point in putting him in. So I might as well see what Jaden Denegal got if he's still on the team. He might not be on the team no more. We don't know. But I'd put him in. It's time to see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? If not, put Warren back in and let's just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is right now. You have to. This team was always a run first team, no matter how much Kirk Campbell or even Sharon Moore wanted to try to make it a balanced offense. And I've been saying this for weeks. And I've said for weeks that every game we play since Arkansas State is a possible loss. I've been saying that since Arkansas State. So this isn't something new for me. I've been saying it. I saw it early what was really going on, you know. So that's just what it is. But this is a run. You can want it to be whatever you want. That don't change the facts of that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Illinois played like a Michigan team. they really did. And that's what I expected. Honestly, that's what I expected out of them. But that just shows how far we fell off, that they can out Michigan us. And Bielema was saying, like, you prepare for Michigan 365 days of toughness, of execution. And that's what they did to us. You know what I'm saying? And I said that they were going to want payback for what we did to them. We escaped in 2022. And, you know, the teams that we've been dominating and beating the last 3 years, they smell blood in the water. They smell blood in the water now, you know. So they're going to be bringing their A game. No matter how their season is going, hey, we can get a big win off of Michigan. Even if they ain't that good, we still beat Michigan. You know what I'm saying? The defending national champs. That's what it's going to be for the rest of the year. So Michigan State, what we got? Michigan State next. Michigan State looking like, oh, we got you this year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they looking like that. And your goals of beating Michigan State, Ohio State, and them, they down the train. They down the drain. You know, Wink showed some promise. You know, hopefully he still gets better. You know, But the offense is so trash, and they have no idea what they're really trying to do. And when they actually do call good plays, the quarterback can't execute it. What's his name? Kirk Camp, Tuttle. I'm not sure who they'll start this next game. I'm not sure. Shouldn't be Tuttle. You had 2 weeks to prepare, and you're consistently throwing it behind guys. You've been around for 78 years, and you still don't know how to read the field and see defenders. You just think you're playing 7-on-7, and then when the guy is wide open, you miss him. That was embarrassing for Tuttle. That was embarrassing, not only for Michigan, especially for Tuttle, because you've been around too long, bro. Like, come on. But this is what most of us expected from Tuttle. We said Tuttle wasn't it from the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. But yeah, that offense, I'm not. To me, all you can really do is run that rock. The predictability, the offense is so bad. I want to get off of here, but I just think of more things. In the red zone, predictability, trying to run that little bootleg or whatever to Loveland in the flat. You've been running that same play all year, bro. I think it's time. I think it might be time to add a wrinkle to it. Do you think? Because they see that guy coming into the flat and they're prepared for it. Because you've ran it all year. When we were getting touchdowns with Orgy in the red zone, teams are prepared for it. You know what you do when you keep running something and teams are starting to prepare for it. You come with a wrinkle off of that. So maybe you reverse bootleg off of that. Or you set something up different so they think it's going to be going to the flat, but it's really going this way or something like that. That's called coaching. You set things up and then you add a wrinkle off of it. So when they expect it this way, you're going that way. Touchdown. It's too basic for you. It's too basic. I shouldn't feel like I can teach you something as a coach at Michigan. I shouldn't feel like that. You getting paid millions, but yet I feel like I could come into the room and I could teach you something about football. As a fan, you should never feel like that unless you was a former NFL or college coach. But these boneheads make every one of these dudes make little kids feel like they could go in the room and teach them something about football. Middle schoolers, dudes in high school. Y'all make everybody feel like they could come in the room and teach you something. Well, Coach, why don't you do this? Well, why don't you do that? Oh, I never thought of that. That's what these dudes, it seems like. Because they're so boneheaded. We were calling for weeks to get Donovan in the throw game. Dual back sets. We were calling that from the beginning. These are things you should have thought of in the off season, but it takes them week 3 to do it, week 4 to do it, week 5 to do it. Eye candy. We saw a little more eye candy and little motions. We saw a little more of that. It took you week 7 to figure that out. Coaching malpractice. These dudes are reactionary. It almost feels like they watch a lot of the stuff we say online and then they're like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's sad for a coaching staff, So this one is all bad. That one left us all like something needs to happen. I know people I don't know what that was. Something crawling on. But people thinking what you call it, I lost my train of thought. I know people thinking that I don't even know what I was finna say now. I had a bug on me and messed up my train of thought. But you know, this team is just, it's bad. You know, I would cut bait with Sharon and most of these dudes, and you're starting to get the NIL money in. So, you know, I would just go with that. You getting the money in, and I would really try to find a coach that's a difference maker and is proven to change programs. You know what I'm saying? You have to have somebody proven, because what Sharon is doing, he don't know what the problem is he don't know what he's doing. That's the problem. He don't know what he's doing. And he don't know how to, he just don't know what he's doing from the top to bottom, honestly, because he don't know how to hire good coaches. That's obvious right now. You know what I'm saying? Sharon, I mean, what's his name shouldn't have been elevated. Kirk Campbell you shouldn't have elevated him. You know, and him being a great or good quarterback coach. Where? Where? JJ? Man, please. You know, but this one, what can I say, y'all? This one was all bad for Michigan. You know, and I had a Washington fan come. For some reason, this Washington fan keeps coming back from the video a couple weeks ago, talking about some. You guys lost to Oregon. I mean, you guys lost to Illinois bad. 10, 19, 24. Washington fan. One, yeah, y'all beat us, but y'all not that good. And I know you can say, well, if they beat y'all, but they not that good, they got bragging rights. Washington fan, I hate to break it to you, you ain't got no bragging rights against Michigan. We won the Natty. We won the Natty against you. So you trying to get some semblance of some trash talk about us having a bad season. Boy, you bonehead. We got hardware off of y'all. Smashed you. And got the hardware to prove it. That little win y'all got while we're not good, that don't mean nothing. Great. We just beat y'all in January this year for the Natty. So I don't know why you coming over here talking. You might as well go on somewhere else. I don't know what you on. But yeah. So, you know, that's all I got for this one, y'all. I done got tired. My voice starting to go out. But I'll probably go live sometime today. I'm just tired a little bit. I had that long drive from Memphis. It's 12 hours, and it is a long, full 12 hours. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.